All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we have all been waiting for here tonight. Let's go racing at Charlotte. Kenny Passmore and Joe Hudson on the front row. Darrell Klotz and Kevin Bruner have the second row. Danny Passmore, Thomas Byram have the third row. Kenny Bartholomew and Gerald Thanos Poole on the fourth. Gil Guac and Jerry Bergeron rounding out your top 10. Les Bentz and Derek Schilling 11th and 12th. Andrew Forrester starting in 13th. Mike Zakar in 14th. Rod Potgieter in 15th. Newcomer Tony Kinnaird in 16th. Warren Moore 17th. Paul Buchanan had some problems in qualifying back at 18th. Kevin Hayes in 19th. Jim Wardlow starting in 20th. Steven Zakar, Chuck Sweeting, Ryan Seneker, and John Shermotz round out the 24-car field here at Charlotte. All the drivers begin to roll off pit road. John, it definitely is one heck of a last name, and Bartholomew has a cheering section here tonight. "24 cars take to the track, 60 laps here at Charlotte." One pace lap around the track. Pace car will drop in and turn 4. Things are gonna heat up. Kenny Passmore in control of the start here. John Roberts cheering on Kenny Passmore here tonight. Pace car is in. Here they come toward the spotter stand. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Charlotte. Joe Hudson gets an amazing start up on the high side. Quickly takes the lead into turn 1. Kevin Bruner, oh, we've got cars getting loose out of 2 already. No caution. Things get spicy early. Bruner looked like he was almost in the wall through 3 and 4. Danny Passmore now up into 3rd. Kenneth Bartholomew in 4th, and it looks like Gerald Poole had trouble on that first lap, has dropped way back. Same for Kenny Passmore. See what happened with Passmore on the start there in the 07 car. Off into 1 and 2. We saw several cars, including the 14 right behind him, get extremely loose on those cold tires. Passmore gets loose, gets that inside wall, but manages to keep it rolling. And caution! Caution is out for the first time tonight on lap 4. Looks like Jerry Bergeron, the points leader, was involved. As well as Thomas Byram and Les Bentz. Let's see if we can see what all happened. Jerry looking underneath as they go down the... Oh! Gets into the car on the high side, manages to recover it. But Thomas Byram, not so lucky. Hard hit to the outside, and Les Benz just has nowhere to go. Several cars pile in. Kevin Hayes also gets caught in this. Several cars just get a little bit of a bump, but Hayes ends up having to tow to pit road. Several drivers in to top off on fuel here early. Good evening, Ashland. Hope you're having a great night. I hope I'm saying your name right. John, see you soon, buddy. Kenny Passmore, Mike Zakar, we saw he got a small piece of it. Newcomer Tony Kinnaird, Thomas Byram, Les Benz, and Kevin Hayes all have to tow to pit, or all on pit road. Les Benz, Thomas Byram, and Kevin Hayes all had to tow in. So 3 cars possibly out of contention here in the early going. Several other drivers stopped in and topped off on fuel. We saw this a couple weeks ago. It really has paid off. Made a huge difference at Michigan in that outcome. Kevin Brunner did manage to sneak by and take the lead from Danny Passmore. Kenny Bartholomew now to third, Darrell Klotz in fourth, and Gil Guanc in fifth. Points leader Jerry Bergeron caught a small bit of that. He is back in sixth. Gerald Poole in seventh. Derek Schilling in eighth. Andrew Forrester in ninth. And Warren Moore round out your top 10. Ryan Seneker, one of the rookies here tonight, already up to 13th, up 10 spots. Great start to the night for him. Lights are out. They are stacked up, ready to go. Pace car drops in. Brunner in control of the start. Green flag back in the air. They are away once again at Charlotte. Danny Passmore on the... Oh, holy cow! I believe that was Darrell Klotz in the... It shows 14 on the side, but in the stats he is the 41 car. He is falling quickly after problems. See what happened with Darrell on the restart. Down into 1 and 2. Most of these drivers should have a little bit of heat in the tires. But man, it just did not have enough in his. Just a little snap loose and nowhere to go but the wall. Klotz now on pit road for repairs. Brunner in the lead. just set the fastest lap last time by, but Danny Passmore on the attack. And Passmore gets the nose ahead as they go off into turn one. Danny Passmore to the lead. Derek Schilling continues to attack in the 522 car. Derek just set the fastest lap so far of the night, moves up to that high line, up to 6th place now. Paul Buchanan, who had problems in qualifying, has already picked up 10 spots now into 8th. Warren Moore also on the move, up 7 spots into 10th. Chuck Sweeting up 10 spots now into 12th. Kenneth Bartholomew on the attack on the bottom, trying to take the lead. And Bartholomew does it coming out of turn 4. He leads for the first time here tonight. They might want to watch out though. Derek Schilling's laps just keep getting faster as he continues to move his way forward, now up into 5th place. Hey, good evening, Edmund. Got a side-by-side battle going on for 3rd and a side-by-side battle going on for 5th. Bruner pulls up and now into 3rd place. Schilling holds on to 5th, and Sweeting starting to pick up some speed back in 10th. Ashland cheering on Derek Schilling tonight. Please tell me if I'm getting that name wrong. Watching on Twitch tonight, thank you so much for coming and tuning in. Don't forget to make sure you're following us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. Got a lot of more new racing and a lot more coming back after the new year. Plus, we may have an announcement for an upcoming race next week. Bartholomew continues to lead. Now Jerry Bergeron battling with Kevin Bruner, the points leader, now moving up into 3rd. Paul Buchanan up to 8th, and Chuck Sweeting now up into 9th, up 13 spots. Sweeting so far the biggest mover of the night. Several drivers still sitting on pit road getting repairs. Remember, Home Motorsports does not use a fast repair. These drivers have to fix the car the old-fashioned way. The crew's got to get in there and get the job done. And we're going back to ignoring Edmund Jones. Gerald Poole currently sitting in 7th place. Right on Gil Kwok's back bumper. But Chuck Sweeting now up into 8th has come by Buchanan. Joe Hudson has a run now on the high side as well. Hudson making his way up into 9th place. Field starting to split up just a little bit. The top 5 altogether. And looks like about 6th through about 10th place Paul Buchanan altogether. Andrew Forrester back in 11th, but we are just right at about 10 laps from green flag stops. Caution! Caution is out. Gerald Poole in the outside wall with Joe Hudson on lap 20. Looks like Jim Wardlow may have also caught a piece of it. Thanos on the high side. Hudson gets a big run down under. Looks like he just pushes up into Thanos. Both of them managed to stay. Oh, holy cow. And Jim Wardlow had nowhere to go there. None of the drivers can go the distance on fuel from here. Don't forget, while y'all watching at home, make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe. Most importantly, hit that share button. It helps us out. It helps out every one of these leagues find advertising and sponsor money. It is a big, big deal. Making comments, just talking to us in the broadcast helps as well. Looks like the entire field, or most of the field rather, is going to hit pit road here. Kenneth Bartholomew, Danny Passmore, and Steve Zakar all staying out. The drivers that are on pit road right now will require another fuel stop. However, they will come back out with fresh tires, so the top 3 really is going to have their hands full. And don't forget, those of you who are on American Truck Sim, the HTSAI Community Convoy will be opening up here in about 10 minutes. So you can go trucking, and we will be, after the race, we will be live as well, trucking with the crew. Gonna be exploring the new DLC released today. We'll be driving around Kansas. Gerald Poole saying that was not good. He is still sitting on pit road despite the fact that looked like he might have gotten slowed down a little bit. No, he has got a little bit of front end damage and some side damage. Jim Wardlow, who had nowhere to go, ended up hitting that at full speed. He is still on pit road for repairs as well. Remember, these drivers do not have a fast repair, so these guys, they have to sit there until the NASCAR inspectors tell them that they are allowed to get back out on track. Hey, Nathan. Looks like Thanos will be on pit road for about 10 minutes. Gerald came in tonight 3rd in points, so definitely a rough night. The points leader, Jerry Bergeron, currently sits 4th. Paul Buchanan, who is 2nd in points, currently sitting back in 9th. Jim Wardlow came into the night tied for 4th in points with Stuart Wright. Jim currently sits on pit road, and Stuart Wright is not in the race. Lights are out. They stack back up for the restart. We pointed it out last week, but check out Danny Passmore's Sharpie paint scheme. That is just pretty cool looking. Kind of heartbreaking when you see a good-looking paint scheme on a Ford, but, you know, nobody's perfect. Out of turn 4, pace car is on pit road. Kenneth Bartholomew in control. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Bartholomew quickly clearing traffic into the lead. A lot of the drivers beyond the top 3, in fact, most of the drivers outside the top 3 on fresh tires, including Jerry Bergeron, the points leader, who's on the attack. Those fresh tires making a huge difference. Danny Passmore and Bartholomew up front, both on old tires, did not pit. Bergeron definitely has an advantage here. Steven Zakar did not pit either. He is also on old tires, starting to lose a little bit of ground here. Meanwhile, Chuck Sweeting is on fresh tires and charging once again. Paul Buchanan, he's got Tire Pros in the pits. They have obviously made a huge difference. He is on the march. At the moment, second place Danny Passmore is able to hold off Jerry Bergeron, but for how long? Paul Buchanan now up into 6th. Steven Zakar now back to 8th place, and Chuck Sweeting just set the fastest lap of the race in 5th. Derek Schilling also on for, wow, look at the run Schilling's got. Oh! Sweeting looked like got the wall. Schilling shone by. I'm sorry, Bergeron got the wall. Bergeron drops back into 5th. Derek Schilling now up into 3rd. Now sets his sights on Danny Passmore and Kenneth Bartholomew. Schilling a big run out of 4 as he looks down underneath Danny Passmore for 2nd place. Passmore has done an amazing job on those old tires, holding off the fresh tire drivers, but now Schilling has the nose in as they go into 3 and 4. How much longer can he do it? About that long. Schilling gets a huge run out of 4 and finally clears into 2nd. Now Chuck Sweeting's looking for 3rd. Jerry Bergeron has now slipped back into 7th place. Steven Zakar has drifted all the way back into 12th. However, he did start in 21st, so he is on the attack, still up by playing that strategy. And now all the drivers are within the fuel window. They can go the distance from here. Gerald Poole is back out off pit road, as is Jim Wardlow. We were expecting to see this thing stay green tonight. A big surprise to see the cautions here early. But because of those cautions, it definitely shakes up a lot of pit strategy for all of these drivers. And here we go. The leader, Kenneth Bartholomew, is in. Derek Schilling now takes the lead. Chuck Sweeting sits in second. Paul Buchanan battling for third at the moment with Danny Passmore. Buchanan on those fresh tires. Gil Guant currently sitting in 7th. Kenny Passmore in 8th. Rod Potgieter in 9th. Warren Moore back in 10th. Derek Schilling has taken the lead, and Chuck Sweeting up 20 spots into second. Sweeting, though, all over Schilling's bumper. Off turn 2, Schilling gives himself a little breathing room, but just a couple of car lengths. Kenneth Bartholomew is now back off of pit road. Some of these drivers still out here trying to fight for every single point they can get. You saw Jim Wardlow a moment ago lose a lap to the leaders, but still in the fight, trying to pick up whatever points he can. Steven Zakar is now on pit road. Looks like Danny Passmore and Gil Guak also now coming into pit road for their final stop. Gil coming in, Steven Zakar coming in, all four getting 4 tires and fuel here. Derek Schilling continues to lead but cannot shake Chuck Sweeting. Kevin Bruner in third, now about 3 seconds back. Has Paul Buchanan closing in at 4th and Kenny Passmore in 5th. Ryan Seneker, one of the rookies, started in 23rd, currently runs in 10th place. Jim Wardlow went off track for a moment. Let's see what happened to him. Off of turn 4, the back end just steps out on Wardlow, gathers it up and keeps going. Jim Curley running back in 19th place. "20 laps to go. Most of the field still needs to make a fuel stop. And the question is, for guys like Schilling and Sweeting who have a bit of a gap on the cars behind, do they take tires or do they just get a splash of fuel? These final stops are definitely going to be interesting. Paul Buchanan stays right within striking distance. Chuck Sweeting is on pit road. He's making his final stop. Let's see, does he take tires or is this fuel only? He is up. He's going to get tires. He took right side tires only. Did he save enough, and will those right side tires be enough to take home the win tonight? Derek Schilling in the lead, has almost 5 seconds now over Paul Buchanan. Kenny wow, they have got a mess going on back there as Kenny Passmore, Rod Potgieter, and Kevin Bruder all right there battling from third on back. And they got a lap car with fresh tires. At least fresh right side tires in the mix. Warren Moore has completed his pit stop, as has Tony Kinnaird. Paul Buchanan, though, is reeling in the leader rather quickly. Now just 2.25 seconds back, but those top two do have to get some fuel before it's over. However, based on Derek Schilling's last lap time, I have to wonder if Schilling thinks he can stretch the fuel. His lap time a second slower than Buchanan's. Buchanan still closing that gap on the leader. Rod Potgieter now up into third after starting at 15th. Andrew Forrester is now headed to pit road. He gives up 7th place. Will he take 2 tires here? A bit of a surprise to see a 2-tire stop here. Right sides are up, so he is at least getting tires. Will we see anybody try a fuel-only stop? No, he takes right sides only as well. Forrester is away. Coming out of turn 4, next time by, it will be 10 to go for Schilling. He has a 1.5 second lead, but he still needs to stop for fuel. We are seeing multiple right side only tire stops, a bit of a surprise. Paul Buchanan is reeling in. Schilling at the moment. The gap now down to 1.2 seconds. Rod Potgieter right on his bumper. And Chuck Sweeting just set the fastest lap of the night. And remember, he is one of those drivers that took right sides only. Schilling's lead is disappearing quickly. Potgieter now 3/4 of a second back as he is closing in. The top 8 drivers still need to top off on fuel. Schilling has lost a lot of time this last 5 laps. With the pace laps here tonight, does he think he can go the distance with a little conservation here? Potgieter now looking for the lead. Paul Buchanan sits in third. The top 3 all within about a half second. The top 4 all within a second. Chuck Sweeting on right sides only just took 8th place from Mike Zakar. Sweeting currently the highest running car who can go the distance, up in 8th place. Rod now looks underneath. Derek Schilling out of 2 down the backstretch. Schilling definitely not conserving right now as he battles side by side for the lead. The Potgieter has the run. He is scored as the leader at the line, and Jerry Bergeron, the points leader, is in. Darrell Klotz also in. Oh! A lap car! There is trouble there. Oh, the leader kisses the wall. 5 laps to go here at Charlotte and no clue what is going to happen here. Definitely some close calls out on track. John Shermott's on pit road. Darrell Klotz and Jerry Bergeron both back out on track. Did Derek Schilling somehow save enough fuel to make it to the end here? Kenny Passmore gives up 4th. He is on pit road. Schilling dropping down to the bottom as they go off into 3. Is he signaling for pit road? He is. Potgieter is coming in as well. Buchanan is coming in. Chuck Sweeting comes down the back straightaway. That 2-tire stop may pay off here. Three laps to go. Chuck Sweeting just took the lead. Kevin Bruner currently sitting in second, has not been to pit road. Derek Schilling, Paul Buchanan, fuel only on their stops. Rod Potgieter chose to take 4 tires. Chuck Sweeting now has a 5-second lead over Kevin Bruner in second. Bruner has not been in for fuel. Can he limp it to the end? He's got a 13-second lead over Schilling out of turn 4, though. Chuck Sweeting sees the white flag one more time around. Did the strategy move just pay off brilliantly? A gutsy call here tonight. Down the back straightaway, Kevin Bruner is in. Derek Schilling now to second. But out of turn 4, the checkered waves, Chuck Sweeting with a brilliant strategy move pulls off the win at Charlotte. Derek Schilling holds on to come home in second. Gil Guac managing to pull off third. Danny Passmore coming home in fourth. Kenneth Bartholomew in fifth. Jerry Berger, Kenny Passmore, Paul Buchanan, Andrew Forrester, and Rod Potgieter round out your top 10. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Gil. Hey, Gil, it's Doug in the booth. You got me? Hey, Gil, it's Doug up in the broadcast booth. You got me, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, a great race and a great podium finish. And have to say, one of the few people that did a 4-tire stop on their last stop. Did you think that 4-tire stop would pay off?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I pushed the wrong button. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to go in early and, take all 4. And then I saved tires when I first came out. And, that was kind of the plan. I was glad to see guys starting to pit there. It had me worried for a minute.
I bet it did, man. That was a bold strategy. One of the 2 drivers to pit early and make it work. Man, a great job tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Sure, man, thanks.
Killer.
Gil Guac comes home third. Derek Schilling comes home in second. Derek, that was a great second place finish, man. And gotta say, bold strategy holding on that long and doing a fuel only stop.
Yeah, I thought I could make it on fuel, and then about 3 laps to go, I got the notification that I'd got to pit this time. So I was like, I wanted to stay as little in the pits as possible. So I was hoping that my tires were saved enough, and I got lucky.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, man. It played out perfectly. I honestly thought with about 15 to go, it looked like you might have been conserving fuel just a little bit.
Yeah, I started seeing everybody pitting, and I got worried, so I looked at my fuel, and I was like, well, looks like I'm about 5 to 7 laps short, so I started trying to conserve. And then they started running me down. I was like, well, I got to just go for it, and hopefully everybody else pits. And it ended up working out, but I was just out there trying not to upset anybody with being my first race with the league. So,
well, you put on quite a show and made quite an impression tonight, man. Great job. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for Kevin and all the guys running the league. Like I said, it's my first race, but plan on being with them for a lot longer.
That's awesome. I know you'll be welcome, man. Great job.
Thank you.
And looks like our winner, Chuck Sweeting, not available, but Kevin Bruner is available. And Kevin, looked like strategy kind of bit you there at the end. I thought you might have had something.
Bit me right on the left butt cheek, Doug. I saved, and then I saw Chuck coming. I was married to my strategy. I had to pick it up a little, and that was the wrong strategy.
Man, it still turned out to be a very, very awesome race, man. It was a ton of fun. You guys put on, as always, a great show. And, man, what a battle. What a bunch of strategy plays. It's interesting watching all the different strategies play out tonight.
You know, it's amazing with a fixed setup how many different lines the guys are running, different strategies, different aggression. It's a great bunch of guys with all different quality of driving, all different strategies, the way they think about their race. It makes it a lot of fun.
Definitely does, man. Another awesome race, man. Congratulations. Great job tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Doug, and thanks always for the broadcast.
My pleasure, buddy. Kevin Brunner dropping by. Huge shout out. Congratulations to Chuck Sweeting on the win. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back here shortly. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. We're going trucking in Kansas. You guys aren't going to want to miss a moment of that. Hope you guys had some fun. We'll see you back in Kansas in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching.